Hi everybody, my name is Brenda and I'm from pitchIN. So welcome to our Get to Know the Founder session where we would like you, the investor, to get to know more about our issuers and what their stories are like. So we will spend about 10 minutes speaking to these founders and ask them about 7 to 8 questions about themselves and what running the company is like. So after that, we will also wrap up the session with a set of what we call rapid fire questions. So today we are sitting down with Azrai and Khaidi to get to know more about AZR Technologies. So AZR Technologies is an engineering firm that specializes in producing lighter, cheaper, multi-fuel, lower emissions, and reliable engines for industrial customers. They are currently pre-live on pitchIN and they aim to raise 5 million ringgit in total, and you can invest for as low as 1,940 ringgit. So without any further ado, I would like to welcome Azrai and Khaidi to our session today. Hi guys, please introduce yourselves.
So thank you for having us in this session. Let me just introduce myself. My name is Azrai. I'm the co-founder and CEO of AZR Technologies. With me is my co-founder, Khaidi, and we both co-founded and started AZR Technologies, a company that designs and develops next-generation powertrains. This includes internal combustion engine and EV drivetrains and everything in between.
Okay, thank you guys. All right, okay, so very simple first question. How did you guys meet?
We met at an online dating site about 15 years ago. No, actually, about 15 years ago, it was through work. I was heading Proton Motorsports marketing, and Azrai was a techie I knew back then. He was the best techie I knew working in Formula One. So maybe Azrai can expand on that a little bit.
Sure. Yeah. Glad our numbers matched up. Yes, we met 15 years ago. I met Khaidi through my ex-boss in the national race team that I was working in. So we actually did some work together. We were representing Malaysia abroad, and Khaidi was assisting us on. He's also a friend of the company, of the team, and we were doing what we both love best, which is motorsport, basically. And that's how we met. I was going to say fall in love, but no, that's not what happened.
Close.
Maybe a follow-up question to that is, why are you guys fundraising now?
As to why we are fundraising, basically, well, we need resources, obviously, right? And we're fundraising through ECF because this is suitable for this stage of the step in the fundraising process. And frankly, we are not looking just at Malaysia. We're looking at outside Malaysia region and also the quite mature North American market, which we are in touch with also. So I'm interacting with them as well in that market over there. And it's interesting to see the nuances and the differences on the method of fundraising over there versus here, and how companies can actually structure their fundraising, which is very important, and then target the market appropriately, and it needs to be targeted. Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys have obviously been in the motorsports industry for more than 15 years, I think now. So, would you guys like to elaborate a little bit more about that? You know, your own personal background.
Sure.
And professional background. Sorry.
Sure. Yeah. So before AZR Technologies, I was in both motorsport and automotive. Actually, my career started off in motorsport, basically as a volunteer initially, and then helping out, basically doing whatever I can to support Malaysia's top national race team. This is a level just below Formula One. Then that led to a career path where I then got into Formula One, and then after that I left Formula One and I went into automotive, basically car making, small volume, very expensive niche car making. So then that eventually led to my own startup in dealing in energy storage devices. And that then culminated into a car project, which morphed into an engine project, which is today, which is AZR Technologies. So that's how I find myself here, basically today.
Okay, and Khaidi, what about yourself?
Point to note is that we're not young. We're late 40s already, and when we met each other, by the time we formed this company, we were already leaders in our own fields. And I started very early. Right out of high school, I was already selling stuff. I started off selling cars. The love for motorsports, I went into racing myself as a driver. And then I got opportunity to join Proton. And we were exposed to a whole lot of technical guys, R&D guys. So we're different from other startups in that sense. It is a startup, but we're not coming in as a fresh idea, exuberance of this concept that we have. No, I think it's based on the experience that we have in the past. Tells us this is a sure, inevitable project. And I think that's what led us here. So
I know both of you have different positions in the company, but what is a typical day for both of you like at the company?
For me, first thing in the morning, it's actually tied to the night before, obviously. But basically, I start my morning with daddy duties, basically. I'm sending my kids to school first thing in the morning, and then my day starts a little bit mid-morning, I think. It depends what I was doing the night before, because my mind is very active late at night. So one of the challenges I have is actually to shut down. and I spend a lot of time actually thinking and strategizing. So it's a balance between doing the normal routine of running a company, administrative matters, talking to the team, raising problems, solving them, which usually starts mid-morning. Then managing energy levels, and then by afternoon, I tend to have meetings also in the afternoon, because that's when I prefer to do less thinking actually and just do a lot more operations. Because going back to the evening when everybody's back home with the family, I'm winding up actually at night. That's the problem. At the same time also, because we have foreign partners, so I'm handling calls from the US and Europe, typically late morning or late at night, depending on which part of the time zone they are in.
All right, Khaidi, what about yourself?
There's no really true typical day for business development and marketing, I guess. But if there was, the ideal day would be, morning briefing. We start off with the briefing. We need to get everybody on the same page, knowing what we're dealing in the day, and then maybe midday focus on correspondence. The emails, the social media, anything that's hanging. We want to resolve that quickly, and then maybe the later part of the day, we focus on problem solving, maybe brainstorm, heavier discussion going into it. So, but really, there's no real typical day for business development and marketing.
Next question. What is some of the most gratifying things about running a company like AZR Technologies?
It's I think in most of the things that I do is the innovation. That's gratifying. I mean, it's really rewarding to see new things, how things are being resolved. The impact that it brings. For example, if we execute something and we actually see the result. So really the part about solving problems, the world problems, business problem, operation problem, people problem, I think that's the most gratifying bit for me.
Yeah, I think for me, it's actually being able to help others live their passion. Basically, I enjoy giving opportunities to younger guys with a lot of passion to actually work on things that is aligned to their interests. And it is incredibly satisfying to see people evolve, and for me to have a hand in it. So that's really my thing.
So, what are some of the challenges that might keep you awake at night, as opposed to the previous question?
For me is the survival part, which is normal for any startup. It's a given. Looking for resources, and that means money, talent, resources. I mean, it's just part of the game. I just have to accept it. Running a business is challenging, so it is something that you just have to handle, and I handle the best I can and try to learn from it and try to work as a team and ask others for help. Your second part of the question, what keeps me awake at night, that is actually something that usually is more personal, actually. And for me, it's actually letting people down. I think that's the biggest thing for me, and it's something I'm actually constantly trying to manage. It's a very personal development growth area.
So is there anyone out there that you guys might look up to? Could be someone else who's running a business, could be someone close to you, or maybe a celebrity or sports icon of some type.
I suspect we both have the same person. Mine is Elon Musk. I think he's strategic, he's structured, he's exhaustive. He comes in the first, he leaves the last. He makes sure every stone is turned to solve a problem. He's highly driven, and he's result oriented. So yeah, it's Elon.
So just to wrap up this session, right? The last question is for you guys to elaborate on what your aspiration and vision is for the company.
Sure. It would be wonderful if we can be a household name, and I would like us to be a household name down the road. We do have certain companies that we aspire to, that I personally watch, and I do hope that we can be like that. They are known in the industry. In terms of our vision, I actually believe that we can be Malaysia's or Asia's actually best powertrain engineering company. That based in Asia, we do really cutting edge activities and engineering in our pursuit for net zero carbon, and we provide the grounds for aspiring young talent and strong capacities basically in Malaysia.
Thank you so much. Okay, so that will be it. That is the last question that I have for you guys. However, before I let you guys go, we like to do this thing where we play a quick game called Rapid Fire Questions. Basically, all you guys have to do is to pick between two options, this or that, at the top of your head. It doesn't have to be justified, just whatever you think floats your boat at the moment, just let me know. Okay, so I think I'm going to have both of you answer at the same time. Okay. So first question, F1 or MotoGP?
MotoGP.
Second question, would you call yourself rather an impulsive person or more of a planner?
Planner.
Okay. All right. If you were to go on holiday right now, would you go to the beach or prefer to go to the mountains?
Mountains.
Beach.
Okay. All right. And then next question, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay, last question. Would you, if you had to pick your industry all over again, would you do just motorsport or just automotive?
Motorsport.
Just motorsports.
Okay, that is all the questions I have for you guys today. So how we would like to wrap it up is we would just like you guys to give and offer a very quick and short message to your potential investors out there. A key takeaway from this video.
Come join us. AZR Technologies is going to make history. We're going to produce the world's most innovative powertrains right here from Malaysia, and you can be part of our history. Don't miss out. Visit our ECF campaign page on pitchIN. Don't lose out on our incentive offer. We were giving out away 20% shares. This is your chance basically to actually get the best deal, the best value out of our offer. Come join us and see you later when we do our events we'll let you know.
Okay, thank you very much, Azrai. So before I let you guys go, I want to thank both of you, Azrai and Khaidi, for being here today. And to those of you who are currently watching, please find their campaign page in the description, or head over to www.equity.pitchin.my, where you can also post any of the questions that you might have for the AZR team on their company campaign page. So thank you both of you for joining us today, and see you in the next session, guys. Bye.
Thank you, pitchIN.
Thank you.